start, I want to do shout out to people. Is that
Huh?
all right?
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
said before we start, I want to do some shout out for
Absolutely.
people.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I say this is your time,
Okay.
whoever you want. 100%. Let's go for it. We are
Okay.
live,
Thank you. Thank you.
live. It is Tracy time. Hey y'all. Hey, how you doing today? It's time for time with me, Tracy T, live at lunch. We are so excited. Talbert and I have had just the best time getting connected so we can connect with you. And I wanted to make sure that I had him exactly right so he could be well represented and look as great to me as he does for you. No, reverse that. That he looks as great to you as he did to me. So I am here with the owner of Jim and Samella's, Talbert Fleming, and he said before we get started, he wanted to do a shout out. So first of all, welcome T. Thanks for joining me today live at lunch. And who do you want to shout out?
First of all, I want to thank you for having me on today, and special shout out. I'm going out to my brothers, Reginald Guy, Sheldon Fleming, Kimberly Guy, with my sister in law, my mother, especially my mother, Brian Harris, Tracy Man, Jeannie Cox, also Rashawn Austin at the Works, and Anthony Young at the Epson. I want to thank everybody, and especially all my customers and clients and supporters and prayer warriors. I really thank you a whole lot. So Tracy, ready to get started.
That's wonderful. And you know what that represents to me is that you identify that no man works alone, right? It takes a village, and you have a phenomenal village of people who have loved and supported you on this journey. Talbert, tell us, I call Talbert T, y'all. So, you know, it's from one T to another T, but I'm going to use Talbert today. And if I slip up and say T, just know that he and I got it like that. Okay. So don't you go calling Talbert T. Just know I can. So Talbert, tell us about Jim and Samella's and the wonderful, rich history about how, first of all, who are Jim and Samella?
Okay, Tracy, say that one more time. I apologize.
No problem. Tell us who are Jim and Samella?
Jim and Mel, they're my grandparents.
And
Or you do want to know the history behind Jim and Samella?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, the history behind Jim and Samella, the house that was that Jim and Samella is located, the restaurant is located, it was donated to us by the Shelton family, and we're really appreciating and appreciative to their support for the community. But we decided to name the restaurant after our grandparents, which is James Henry Fleming, and my grandmother, which is Samella Fleming. So we called it for short Jim and Samella's house.
I love it. And so how long have you been cooking, and what made you decide to open this restaurant to serve your community?
Well, basically, I've been cooking.
Sounds like we're having some audio issues on your side, Talbert, if you can hear me. Yeah.
That I've been cooking for the public. And what inspired me, my mom, she is such a good cook, and my grandmother and my grandfather was excellent cooks. So they actually inspired me to host various little parties, picnics, and meetings and things like that.
Okay, fantastic. So y'all see that Talbert has you're at in a place where the restaurant is located. He has pre-COVID, he had a restaurant style setting that was really very family setting. It felt like you were going to eat dinner, having a Sunday dinner after worship service, or if you wanted to have a brunch, that you would get together with family. And you know how you get in that great setting where there's good food and you eat all you can and you sit back and laugh and talk. That's how it felt at Jim and Samella's pre-COVID. One of the things that Talbert has done that has been so smart in the midst of COVID to make sure that he was completely compliant with what, with the safety measures that were in place and still be able to serve the community great soul food, is came up with the solution to do to-go orders, where he does orders every week. And on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, on Friday and Sunday, he has specials that he posts, and they are usually amazing tasting food, y'all, but at these prices that you want to get like 2 and 3 plates. What is it about you being able to create a offering of such great food at such an economical price? How do you do that?
Well, for one thing, a lot of our food, we don't like some restaurants, they have large overhead, and we thank God we do not have large overhead. And so fortunately, we are able to buy food and price it comfortably that people in their home, family, and single people will be able to afford to eat our food. And the concept comes back, like you mentioned earlier, about family gathering. We are a type of family, especially with the COVID-19. We understand a lot of people have lost their jobs. We understand a lot of parents have taken on roles that they have was not accustomed to, because a lot of the school out, so they have to provide meals for lunch for their kids. So we have to look at a way that we can make it affordable for the family. So we come up with menus that we think that it can be affordable for the family, so they won't have to break the bank or break their pocketbooks.
You have so many things that you make that I absolutely love. What is your favorite thing to cook?
My favorite thing is to cook. I think all the meals that I cook basically are favorite. My favorite thing to eat. I like,
okay, yeah. All right.
I like to eat. I like to eat authentic soul food. I like to taste the flavor, season and good food. We try not to alter our food to please others, but we cook our food to please everybody. So we season our food quite well. And that's what I enjoy doing. So I don't have a particular meal that I enjoy cooking. I enjoy cooking all, but and I also enjoy eating all except for shellfish.
Right. You can't do shellfish. But now one of the things that he did do, and Talbert has been featured in news articles, magazine articles. He has even been featured as one of the restaurants, and I hope that we will have the opportunity to see this, because it was filmed earlier in the year with the intention of it being shown in the summer, and because of the coronavirus shifting production schedules for the program, I'm sure that it'll be pushed back. But he was on a film or on the show Must Feed Phil, Please Feed Phil, and that was they were focusing on food and eateries in the South. And for Jim and Samella's, which is not the biggest, but it is surely one of the best places, and has an owner who has an absolute heart for its customers and for the community, I was absolutely delighted that you were selected, and that you were also in a position where you could showcase that whole community of dining, right? They were able to get together in the dining room. You had shellfish, which is what made me think of that, because you did a fried lobster tail that day, which was amazing. And Phil, his production team, were not only literally like, okay, give me more, but then we also had, because at the time they were filming the Lost program. Help me remember the name of it, Talbert. Blue City Law?
Yes, Blue City Law. Yes.
And they were filming, and we had the actors, part of the crew, and the actors from that production also came that day. and had an opportunity to sit and dine. So it was a wonderful example of how you don't have to be the biggest to be one of the best, and then to have one of the best reputations. So Talbert has been celebrated. Jennifer Biggs with the Memphian does a regular feature on restaurants, and she absolutely loves Jim and Samella's, and with good reason. Now, I asked the question for Talbert, but I can tell you for myself that there is by far my favorite thing that you make. You know what I'm going to say, don't you, T? Soul roll.
The oxtail dressing.
Oh my gosh, the oxtail dressing is amazing. So he has like oxtail dressing. He does a mean smothered pork chop, y'all. I mean, that baby just, it falls right off the bone, and you don't want to let it go. You want to get that bone and become, you know, real committed and connected to the bone. Okay, it's seasoned down into it. And a friend of ours laughed and told T and his mom that she believed that their ovens were blessed by Jesus because the food was. And I want you to know that those offerings, the way that you position it with you pick a meat and then you pick a side. So give an example of what you would have. Well, today is Wednesday. Have you already created your menu for this week, T?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
yes.
So for this week,
on Friday, we're going to do, I'm sorry, Tracy?
Yeah, what are you going to do for this week?
Okay, for Friday, we're doing a po' boy sandwich on a hoagie bun with catfish po' boy and a whitey po' boy with steak fries and coleslaw. You can dress that po' boy however you want to with lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and fried green tomatoes. I tell you, Ryan Harris does a wonderful job on the fried green tomatoes. And Sheldon Fleming, oh my God, that boy rocks with the catfish and the whitey fish. And I come up behind with the coleslaw and the spaghetti. But and also going to try something different. We're going to do a smoked sausage hoagie, which is going to be fully dressed, similar to the po' boy. So we're going to do a smoked sausage po' boy, and it's going to be, and that price is running at $5, and it will include a soda pop. So on Sunday,
for people
we
who
are
may not have
doing
heard you
smothered
clearly.
steaks.
Oh gosh. Keep going.
Say that one more time.
Keep going.
For Sunday, we're doing a smothered pork chop with mashed potatoes, green beans, lima beans, hot water cornbread, and wild rice, as well as smothered steak with the same size. And for the dessert, we're going to do a banana caramel bread pudding with a banana frosting, bourbon on top of it. So we're excited about that for Sunday. And you can get you can buy an entree, or you can get our sample, which includes everything. So our entrees on Sunday runs at $12, and our samples run at $15, and you get everything.
So let me repeat what he just said, because I know you don't think you heard that right. On Friday, he has a fried catfish po' boy, or a fried whiting po' boy, or a smoked sausage po' boy with slaw, or French fries and spaghetti. You choose. And did you say $5 or $7?
Yes.
$5.
No. For the smoked sausage, it's $5, and for the catfish, it's $7.
Okay, but that comes with a side and a beverage.
Yes, absolutely.
So y'all heard him. That's why I said the prices are amazingly affordable. And then for Sunday, he's going to do a full list. Now, you heard what he said, but let's repeat. It will either be a steak smothered, and then the other meat you said, Talbert, was what?
Pork chops.
That's what I thought you said. That you
smothered pork chop.
Pork chop. So you know I'm putting my order in.
Yes. Yeah.
And a sampler, it's $15. And you get to have a sample of each of the sides that are available. If you want the entree, you pick one of the meats, then you pick two of the sides, and that is $12.
Yes.
You cannot beat that with a stick. And this is not you getting some drive-through fast food, slap it together and throw it in a bag food. This is some food made with absolute TLC. This is food blessed from the soul. If you want some Jim and Samella's, I'm telling you, you better go ahead and get it. So now we told them what you're offering. We told them how much it is, but now you have to tell them where do they get it and how do they order, T?
Okay, there's two ways you can get. You can come by Samella, which is located at 841 Bullington Avenue. We're a block north of Parkway on the corner of Mississippi and Bullington. We're a block north of Mississippi and Parkway. You also can order on Facebook, and you can go and inbox me your order and the time you want to pick it up. We definitely, please specify the time because we definitely want your food to be fresh and hot. And by the time you get home, you can sit down and enjoy it.
And the time frame to pick up the food will be available on Friday, starting at 11 or 11:30. What time on Friday?
On Friday, it'll be available at 11 o'clock. And on Sunday, for pickup, it's available at 12 noon.
Okay. So you have two ways to put your, I'm going to give them one. I'm keeping it simple. I'm keeping simplicity. So if you want to place an order, you need to contact Jim or Talbert, send him a message, right? And you can have the order placed and then you pay online via PayPal. So that when you place your order, you pay for your order.
Yes, you can.
Right?
Yes, you can pay PayPal at Talbert Fleming at yahoo.com, or you cash out us, and our cash app ID is $Talbert Fleming with a capital T and a capital F.
And I will have this information posted again after we finish live so that you'll have it. Jim and Samella's is located at 841 Bullington Avenue off of Mississippi Boulevard and Parkway. If you have a taste for something phenomenal, if you want to be able to enjoy some fresh, home-cooked soul food, you want to get your orders in. So you just celebrated your 7th anniversary. Tell us. I know. Congratulations. Tell us how your journey has been for the 7 years, Talbert.
Oh my God, it actually has been a really, a smooth ride for us because of our partners, the community, and because of a lot of supporters and friends of Jim and Samella. It has actually been a smooth ride for us. Sometimes you hear horror stories of other restaurants. But I think God has put us in a position, and that with His blessing and everything, it's actually been a really smooth ride. So I think that we made it far, and we're moving forward for another 7 years.
Yes, that's right. 7 times 7 times 7.
Yes, yes.
When you started, T, you had a garden initially, right? That was served to serve the community. Tell us more about that. I thought that was so creative.
We have a garden actually is located on our property, which is next door to the restaurant. So we grow various vegetables in the garden. So the elderly that live in our community, they can be able to come and pick their own vegetables in their garden. God has put that on our heart because there's so many of us, we want to eat healthy, but we can't afford organic. So we were able to come together with support from Talbert as well as from the Epic Center to create a garden for those who live in our community that can come by and pick up fresh vegetables.
Wonderful.
And they're free of charge.
All right, which is amazing. That is an absolute blessing for the community. And what Talbert said, I'll repeat, you have a gift that grows from your property that is free for the community to help them have fresh produce that maybe they wouldn't have access to otherwise. And for people that are especially vulnerable during this pandemic state, it gives them some opportunity to have access to vegetables that they wouldn't have access to otherwise, potentially. I think that is a wonderful, I think that is just absolutely amazing. And then do you have people that come back and help and want to help toil the ground and plant and invest some sweat equity into the garden? How does that work?
What there's an organization in Memphis called Clean Memphis. They come on a month basis to help pick the weeds and things like that out of the garden, and they help also plant the garden for like fresh seeds and things like that. So they're really, really good about coming and partnering up with us on making sure that the vegetables are fresh, they're picked, they're delivered to the elder.
Wonderful. What all grows in the garden, Talbert?
We have peppers, bell peppers, some hot peppers. We have red tomatoes, green tomatoes. We have cherry tomatoes. We have cabbage. We have mint, basil, and thyme.
Nice. Very nice. Did I hear your mom in the background?
Yes, yes. She's orchestrating, telling me what I need to say. It leaves something out.
Like, hey, Mom, how you doing? I thought I heard her sweet voice. Tell her I said hello and that I love her. She didn't want to
say hello.
Okay.
She said she loves you. she loves you too.
She didn't want to be on camera with you today, huh?
She have on her pajamas.
Yeah, that's comfortable.
Yes, most definitely.
So Talbert did not mention.
And I want to thank you all for your prayers too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Talbert didn't mention the thing that I love that he does not have available to this upcoming weekend, but that he makes periodically. And when he makes them, y'all, you have to make sure you get your order in right away because they are gone. And some of my friends that I introduced the soul rolls to have now had the audacity to touch base with Talbert when he says they're available and ask him to make a batch and freeze them. And so I am going to just let it slide because it's a blessing for Talbert and it's a blessing for them. The soul rolls. Talk about the soul rolls.
Our soul rolls basically a poor man snack. So its base was designed out the stores. So when you have a good Sunday meal that consists of macaroni and cheese, that consists of black-eyed peas and collard greens. So you take those leftovers and you roll up in a steamed dough and you deep fry them, and then with the yams, you just make a wonderful yam juice, and then you be able to dip your soul roll into yam juice, But our yam juice is basically a recipe from my grandfather, which you may already know, or some may know, that everything you eat at Jim and Samella, there's some liquor involved. So when you dip your sorrel into our yam juice, you're gonna be a little tipsy.
I'm telling you what I know. If the one thing I love about soul rolls too is that people who claim they don't like black eyed peas love the soul rolls. People who claim they don't like sweet potatoes love those. People who claim they don't like greens love the soul rolls because you are really taking all those fantastic things and blending them so beautifully together. And it's a bite. And if you dip it and you bite it, and if you don't want to have that little tipsiness, you don't do this, you don't have to do the yam sauce, but I'm telling you, you want the yam sauce. And the tipsy is more like a little happy, right? I love them. And so now you have to let me know, when are you doing the soul rolls again, Talbert?
What we probably do, well, since you request them, we'll do them this Friday.
Okay, are you joking right now? Are you pulling my leg?
No, this Friday we're ready for you.
All right.
We will have those soul rolls available on this Friday.
Fantastic. And so you're doing the soul rolls. So for the people that have the soul rolls, he will treat like the $7 plate where you get 3 soul rolls and French fries, and that's $7. Just so you'll know.
Right,
that
along with the yam juice.
Soul rolls. That's what you're ordering. But I'm telling you right now, get your orders in, and I'll put the information on how you can contact Talbert and pay for your orders in advance. You don't want to miss it. If you've ever had a soul rolls, for those of you who have, this is your beacon call. Special request for Tracy T. Rowe. He's doing soul rolls this Friday. Woo, woo! All right, this is wonderful. Wonderful. It's a countdown from now to Friday. Fridays anyway.
Huh? Say it again.
As people look forward to Fridays anyway, but now I'm especially looking forward to Friday.
I just can't wait for this pandemic to over so I can see my family again, so we can be able to sit down, fellowship, and enjoy our meals, and give people opportunity to come in and experience the food that we serve at Jim Samella. And it's not only the food, but it's atmosphere that keep people coming back.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And when they see you and the team that you have of supporters with you, you have such a sincere interest and desire to provide your very best and to give the very best of yourself. And just in the way that I talked about the soul rolls and how you wanted to make me happy, that desire that you see from Talbert is not just for me. He has that desire for all of the people that have the Jim and Samella experience. He really believes in not just serving the community, but being a part of the community in the way that the land that he has aside that's adjacent to the property serves as a wonderful resource and source of vibrant, fresh produce for the community, free of charge, and working in conjunction with those community agencies to maintain the upkeep and beautification of that land. And then using the resource and talents that he's been given to be a blessing to other people, but to pay homage to his family, and using the home and property that was gifted to his family to not just generate any kind of source of revenue for him, but to create a rich legacy in history in the wealth of what is happening with his family and keeping his name alive. And I featured Talbert last year, July, in my series of people who make Memphis better, because I wanted to showcase and highlight that there are everyday amazing people doing outstanding things for the community in Memphis, and that I wanted to be emphatic about the fact that there are wonderfully talented, gifted people that are Memphis residents who offer the very best of who they are and then make our city and our area better because of it. And so Talbert, for all that you do for your family, for our community, and for the enterprise that is food, period, thank you sincerely.
You're welcome.
And thank you for taking time to be with me today live at lunch. I know that it is important for you to acknowledge the people that have come along this journey with you, and that's to continue to support you in your day-to-day. And so I don't want to miss the opportunity to finish the way we started, which is to give you an opportunity once again to acknowledge and appreciate and celebrate those aloud and proud here on this platform that have been there for you. So take it away.
Okay, I appreciate that, Tracy. Because beginning, there's two people who I forgot to mention who has been a strong instrument in my band. And I have to do a shout out to Mike Banks at A2 Possibility and Christina Clark for her walking tours. They have put Jim and Samella on a more international level. We have gotten calls from people from all over the world to be able to ship them sorrows. So hopefully one day we'll be able to, in that position, to be able to ship those sorrows out. But again, really want to thank God for my mother for her strength, and my brother, wife, and Mr. Brian Harris for taking time out of his schedule, and his wife that allow him to come up and work with us and volunteer his time. Tracy Burnett, I thank her for her time. She comes and volunteers. I just thank God for all the people who have just shown us such love at Jim and Mel, and have kept afloat for 11 years. And hopefully with our customer service, our personality, that we will continue on this legacy you said that can be passed on from generations to come. So again, and Tracy, I really, for all of my heart, I thank you for even though them and Samella at the little small house on the hill, and and sharing all the goodness of what we were able to do for you. Thank you so much.
So happy to have you here. And you give your mom a hug for me, and you stay with me until I close, and then yes, I want to give her a real hug for me after we get off the video. But I'm gonna wrap up today, and I want you all to know you matter to me. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm giving you a cyber hug. I want you to know, until you join me on Friday live at lunch, make sure that you make every day amazing, and above all else, live like it's a gift, because it truly is. I'll see you on Friday, and it'll be right. I may be live at Jim and Samella's, because I'm telling y'all, I'm going to get my soul rolls.
I would love that. I would love that. I will fix it for, oh yes, please.
So I'll be back with you on Friday. You're Talbert, that is hilarious. He's like, oh, I would love that. I'll see you on Friday. Stay with me, Talbert.